Hello everybody, welcome to JAIIB CAIIB English Medium channel. I hope all of you are doing fine. Today in this 10-minute series, we will be talking about the sectors of economy. Now you must be wondering that from where we have picked this particular topic. This is directly mentioned in the JAIIB examination syllabus for IE and IFS. Their unit number second covers this sectors of economy, and today we will try to learn the sectors of economy in a manner that after this particular class, you won't be able to refer to any other study material. So let's start our discussion with the basics. Sectors of economy, how we will be defining them. So the classification of various sectors of economy can be based on these three types. First of all, we have the classification based on the economic activity. If you are trying to define the sectors of economy based on the economic activity, then we have three categories. That is primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. On the basis of organization, we have two types of categories. One is organized and another one being the unorganized sector. On the basis of ownership, you can define that whether the public sector is owning that particular category, or for that matter private sector is having the major stakes. So on the basis of ownership also, you can define the sectors of economy. But for our exam, or for that matter for the understanding part, we must stick to the economic activity, on the basis of economic activities, because then only we will have a broader gamut of services covered within the shorter span of sectors. Okay, so primary sector often represented by 1 degree, we have the secondary as 2 degree, third degree is for the tertiary sector, and the tertiary sector is again divided, or you can say segregated further into quaternary and quinary services as well. And lastly, you will also find one important sector, that is sunrise sector, which is again a part of your services sector only. So on the basis of economic activity as well as on the basis of organization, these two are being covered under the syllabus of JAIIB. But today we will stick our discussion. We will refrain from discussing the on the basis of organization. We will stick to the economic activity only. So how you will be defining using the economic activities? In an economy, they are usually classified into three major sectors, like I have mentioned: primary, secondary, tertiary. And economies achieve development via their dominance in such areas. So if your economy is having a dominance in primary sector, then we would say that it is an agrarian economy. For the secondary sector, if you have the dominance, then you are an industrial economy. For that matter, when we talk about the tertiary sector dominance, then you are a service led economy. Like that, we have used to mention that. So what is the example for primary sector? For primary sector, you must remember agriculture and allied activities, including the forestry. For secondary sectors, we have the for secondary sector, we have your manufacturing unit, small scale unit, major enterprises, global organization, more or less the industrial sectors. For the tertiary sector, the example will be information technology, or for that matter banking, insurance, communication, all those financial services as well. And commonly we know the tertiary sector as the services sector. What is the other name for the primary sector? It is the agri and associated service sector. So how the three sectors are different from one another? Starting off from the primary sector, you will find that all those raw material which we have in an economy, they come from the primary sector. Then the processing of these raw materials, they will occur in the secondary sector. And lastly, when we provide those processed raw material via some service, that is covered under the tertiary sector. So it's as simple as that. When we distinguish these three sectors based on the organization, organized or unorganized, or not based on this particular parameter, based on the organization, then the primary sector will be the most unorganized sector. You will be surprised to know that primary sector till date is the most unorganized sector of our economy, and it often involves old methods only. Secondary sector, it is the much more organized as compared to the primary sector and employs more efficient production methods. But the most or the well organized sector right now in our country is the tertiary sector, which uses advanced logistics techniques to carry out its tasks. So primary sector, when we discuss on the basis of economies, how the developed countries became developed. So basically they have shifted the focus from the primary sector to the tertiary sector. Then only they became the developed nation. But right now in our country, we are having a serious issue. What is that issue? Issue is that our economy has the maximum contribution or the GDP, fine, the GDP contribution is the maximum from the tertiary sector, but the employment generating sector is your primary sector. So you cannot just say that in India we will be having good number of GDP contribution from primary sector. No, there is only 16% contribution here. GDP contribution of tertiary sector is somewhere around 53% at present. But you will be surprised to know that more than 50% of the workforce of our country, they are working in the primary sector. So that is the main reason why we are stuck as a developing economy. Next, when we talk about the quaternary and quinary sector, what is the basic difference here? So whenever we have the services which are knowledge based, fine, you require special knowledge to provide, to impart those services, then we are talking about the quaternary sector. For the quinary sector, the keyword will be the decision making, fine. So all those big decisions which reshape any country, any kind of economy, they are being taken by those people who are sitting in the quinary sector, be it the government or for that matter the corporates. So in broader sense, quaternary and quinary sectors, they are tertiary sectors, subsectors only. And when we talk about yes, when we talk about all these important sectors, you will find that we have a special mention for both of these. Both of these will be having a special mention. That is why we are discussing them separately. Okay, we will be discussing them separately here. Quaternary sector, it is also known as the knowledge sector, as it assesses the strength of an economy's human resources, intellectual aspect of the economy. So knowledge based sector. And when we talk about the human resources, they must be well versed with whatever they are doing. And the activities which are included in this particular sector, they are teaching, research and development, and includes the employees sitting in the office buildings, be it the IT sector also, elementary schools, university classrooms, hospitals, physicians' offices, theaters, accountancy and brokerage businesses, and so on. So you must be wondering that, okay, uh, banking is under the services sector only, but whether the services sector, which includes your quaternary and quinary sector, the services sector defines the banking in quaternary or quinary sector. Do let me know in the comment section. Quinary sector, simply stated, as I was telling you, it includes the highest level of decision makers in the government, including their bureaucracy, as well as the private corporate sector. The number of people participating in this sector is quite small. Fine, it is not huge because we have very few decision makers in the country. Yet they are regarded as the brain behind an economy's socio-economic performance. So one word which you have to remember is decision making. Another one being the brain of the economy. This group includes occupations such as senior company executives, government officials, research scientists, financial and legal advisors, as well as some others as well. Okay, so this was it for quaternary and quinary sector. Last sector which we will be discussing today is the sunrise sector of Indian economy. So always remember that all the services which are included in this particular sector, they are having growth potential for future. Right now they have not achieved the exact potential whatever they have, but in future they will. The sector is often characterized by strong growth rate, high degree of innovation, high level of public awareness, investors attracted to its long term growth prospects. So businessmen are also interested in these services. Then public is also interested. They know the type of services offered. Then growth rate is also high in these services. Plus, when you talk about the innovation, that is also ongoing in the sunrise sector. Existing Indian industries that may be categorized as sunrise sector are likely to benefit the economy. That everybody knows that ultimately, when we talk about the significant growth potential, then definitely GDP numbers will also be high. But along with that, you will witness more job creation as well as business growth in future thanks to the sunrise sector. So what are the sunrise sectors right now? The prime example will be fintech. Our economy, it is witnessing the fintech revolution, so that is why we'll say that fintech is the prime example of sunrise sector. Another being your green energy initiatives, fine, green infra also is included here. Then we have the old ones, IT, automobile, pharma, all these are also part of your sunrise sector. Okay, so this was it for today's 10-minute series. I hope that you like the session, and if you have any kind of doubt, feel free to ask me in the comment section. If you want to have the maximum advantage of our JAIIB courses, you can directly contact us on the number 0981 981 9247, and our team of experts will guide you in the best possible manner. All the best.